Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I am Pastor Terrell. This is Make It Personal. By the grace of God, I welcome you, and I want to say thank you for joining me today. I read the intros of the 12 epistles of Paul. That is the 12 letters he wrote, and I want you to check this out. Within the first verse or two of every single epistle, what Paul says. He always identifies himself. In Romans, he says, Paul, a bondservant and apostle of Christ. In 1st and 2nd Corinthians, it's Paul, an apostle by the will of God. In Galatians, an apostle. I'm not sent by men. I'm sent by God the Father. In Ephesians, I'm an apostle by God's will. In Philippians, we are bondservants of Christ. In Colossians, an apostle by God's will. In the Thessalonians, it's the grace, in the grace of Jesus with the Father. In 1 Timothy, he says, I am an apostle according to the commandment of God, our Savior, and Jesus, our hope. In 2 Timothy, he says, I'm an apostle by God's will and in the promise of life in Jesus. And in Titus, he says, I am a bondservant of God and an apostle of Jesus. Paul's constant reaffirmation of his own identity is of the utmost importance to his ministry. And let me tell you this, what the enemy is out there to steal is not your health, it's not your money, it's not your family. He wants your identity. Satan wants you to identify with his promises, not Jesus. Satan wants you to identify with his will, not God's will. And we look at Paul, the Apostle Paul, one of the greatest authors in history. He was always sure he was identifying himself as who he was. I am Paul. I am an apostle. Why am I an apostle? Not because of men. I'm an apostle because of the will of God. I am in Jesus. By God's grace, I have hope. I have life. And I have eternity. You are here by the will of God. You are called by God. You were set apart. You were chosen to do His will. That's who you are. Don't let anyone take that away from you. God bless.